Welcome back, lucky viewer, to another video starring your host, Just My Luck. Today, we've got a very special video. I wanted to make it on killers that are coming over from DVD to VHS. So this video is dedicated to all the killers coming over from DVD to VHS, or just new killers to VHS in general. These are just some tips because of how bad games like this.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
For the last 6 years have affected your gameplay as a killer, which brings me to my first point. In DBD, you always chased the survivors, and it's a little bit different in VHS. You have to know when and when not to chase a survivor, because in moments like this, can quickly turn into this. And after 6 years of playing a game where you are the only terrifying thing on the map, it will make you very, very confident and not very cautious when it comes to looking out for dangers. So, unlike DVD, though, VHS has teens throughout the map that are constantly making weapons all the time. Which brings me to my second point. Be aware of teens and when they have weapons and when they don't have weapons. Because this, while deciding if you should be pushing the aggression or playing back and trying to get them to waste ammo, is a very helpful thing to keep an eye out on. Because when a teen has a weapon, you'll be able to see it in their hands. And usually, after you're done with the first chase on the teen at the beginning of the match, two or even three of the other teens are gonna have weapons. So you just need to be aware of which teens have weapons and which teens don't have weapons, so that you know whether you should be aggressing a teen or you should be kind of playing back and playing more safe so that you don't die. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, if I wanted to make them waste ammo, what would I need to do? Which brings me to my next tip. Be aware of your spacing constantly. And what I mean by this is that if you need to play back and play it a little bit safe just to have the teens waste some ammo, play around corners. Don't be in open hallways or areas of the map. Instead, try to peek corners and try to bait out teens by going into a room or a more open area just for a second and then pull back. You'll see me doing this a lot throughout this gameplay on the screen, and hopefully this will help you just try to check your corners and play a little bit more safer when you need to waste the ammo or play back just a little bit. My fourth tip is to try and learn the maps. So far, VHS only has 3 maps that are fairly decent in size, and luckily, these maps never change. They will always be the same every time you play them, and the only biggest difference while playing Monster or Survivor is the positioning of the crafting tables. Those are the only things that really change. So take the time to make some mental notes to yourself or even write it down on a notepad of some like helpful landmarks or room names, and eventually you'll figure out the fastest and safer routes to take while trying to get from one end of the map to the other. My last tip that I hope helps is learn your monster's strengths and weaknesses. For instances, I'm a werewolf main, and I know that with werewolf, some of his strengths is that he's really good at rushing down teens, especially after hitting them. And I use the berserk ability for that. He can also disable nearby teens for a little bit with his howl ability, and he has a pretty decent locate ability with his hunt, which is when you use it, you start hunting, and then you can hear nearby survivors' heartbeats, and their heartbeats get faster when you get closer. Um, and on the flip side of the coin, of course, I don't want to talk just about his strengths, but on the flip side of that coin, he is always out in the open. So, not a lot of defenses for Werewolf, unlike Wart with his acid armor or Dollmaster with his doll traps that expose teens. And a lot of the time with Werewolf, you have to combo a lot of his abilities together because none of them are really that amazing just by themselves. I hope you find these tips to be helpful and make playing Monster just a little bit easier when it comes to playing VHS. And I hope this also changes your view on how you should be playing Killer while playing VHS and not just constantly trying to chase teens around like in DVD. So, if you did find these helpful or you like what you saw and heard, let me know by leaving a comment down below. If this video hits 10 likes, I'll make a Survivor version of this. Some helpful tips for Survivor when playing VHS because it is a little bit different. Not much, but it'll be helpful for sure. Needless to say, I hope you guys like what you saw. Like I said, leave a comment down below if you want to see more. Like the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications by ringing that bell. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. And like I always say, stay lucky, friends. Peace. I'm out.